Good afternoon. We started with the world's top 16 players here at Arena MK on Friday night, and after some top quality darts, we've halved that field to produce 4 great looking quarterfinals with the 2017 Unibet Masters trophy, the prize on offer at the end of today's play.
Starts here.
Well done, thank you, man. Beautifully done. Great dance.
Big names coming to the fore.
And we start with Phil Taylor against Peter Wright, who got the better of the power in their last 2 meetings, including an epic semi-final win in the World Series finals. That was a fabulous match. Well, after that, it's another really good-looking match between Gary Anderson and Raymond van Barneveld. Gary, remember, averaged just under 110 in the first round. That's despite not picking up his darts for somewhere near 2 weeks. In the other half of the draw, Robert Thornton battled his way past James Wade last night, and he faces Adrian Lewis. And Mensur Suljovic takes on the #1 seed and the world champion, Michael van Gerwen. He's looking to win his 3rd straight Masters title here at MK. Also here at MK, resplendent this afternoon. Good afternoon, Chris Mason, Alan Warren a little.
Good afternoon.
6 of the top 8 seeds are still here. The break doesn't seem to have done them any harm, does it?
No, it was difficult to analyse because we call it every year, don't we, after the Worlds? Do the people have a break? Do they don't practice? Gary's mentioned it as well. He's not practicing, come out like a steam train. So it's not really affected any of the players any differently.
And in terms of the standard, we've had so many 180s, 28 more than we've had previously in a first round here at the Masters. What do you put that down to?
68 was the previous best in the first round. We had 96, which is just outstanding. It's just not, they smashed it. But I think they've come back all a little bit refreshed, enjoyed a break, and the players have had an opportunity, if there's something wrong with their game, to work at correcting it. And it all looks good. Everybody looks in great form. We've seen Federer roll back the years. Can Phil Taylor do the same? Who knows? It could be his weekend.
Nice analogy.
I didn't know Phil could play tennis.
Absolutely. Well, Michael van Gerwen yesterday, he said he lacked a little bit of concentration in just the 105 average against Simon Whitlock. Still room for improvement there for him.
Well, he always thinks that, doesn't he? Which is why he's one of the best champions in sport, really, nowadays. I mean, he's winning everything. He analyses every little bit of his game, which is what you want to see from a player of his calibre. And even with 105, he still doesn't think it's good enough. But that just shows you how good he is.
But he was up round 108, 109, 110 at several stages throughout that match when it mattered, when I think he felt it was in the bag. And he does do that, but he takes his eye off the ball slightly and maybe relaxes before he's actually over the line. And he won't be able to afford to do that against Mensur.
Yeah, Mensur. I mean, we know him for his unusual style of throw, and apparently in the practice room he's been carrying on with that unusual, sort of fairly slow style. But up on the stage, it was a Speedy Gonzalez.
I've never seen him throw as fast. I don't know what was going on there. But he still played really well as well, so maybe that's a good indication for him, because he has been criticised in the past for being a slow player, but at the end of the day he was doing his own thing, which is nothing to do with anybody else. But the speed he was throwing, he was incredible, and hitting it as well.
It was a couple of seconds quicker every throw, which doesn't seem a lot, but when you actually put them side by side and you see what he threw like, say, 3 months ago up to the speed he's throwing at now, it is a noticeable difference. And that's a sign of confidence. It's a sign he's comfortable up there, and he feels in good nick.
What about Gary Anderson? Because he seems to I don't know if it's fair to say he's had a weight lifted off his shoulders now. He doesn't have the responsibility of being the world champion. That seems to have affected him in a positive way. He was pushing towards 110 average against Benito.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby, was it? He played really well. I mean, he's so laid back, Gary, sometimes you think he's going to fall off the chair.
Despite all that caffeine.
He is, yeah, he's just that kind of character, you know. He's very low-key. He likes to keep it that way. Obviously, when he was world champion, you know, he was the main man. Maybe not now with Michael winning the world championships, but he's still number 2 in the world, still the second best player in the world, and probably the only player that can beat Michael when he's on top of his game.
Explain this to me, please, seeing as you know the answer to everything, obviously, which is why you're standing here with us. Gary Anderson and Raymond van Barneveld, in their last 10 meetings, Gary's won all 10. How does that work?
Yeah, it's an incredible stat. I think Barney's game suits Gary. I think the speed, the tempo of the game. I think the fact that there's no needle. They literally just get up there and trade, and that's great for Gary's game. Gary's it's all about fluency with Gary, and it's all about the right tempo and the right rhythm in the match, and that just suits Gary obviously down to a T. Hence the reason why he's gone 10 on the spin, which against a player of Barneveld's quality is an insane stat. Isn't
it? It's just really bizarre. Well, what do you make of Barney so far? We had a chat with him up here yesterday. It was great to talk to him. He was very relaxed, very focused for this year.
That's good to see, because when he's like that, he does produce his best. I mean, he's such a good legend of the game, and we want to see him play up there to his best. And he's starting to produce that. He did it in the World Championships, unfortunately lost. But he still played very well, and he's played really well in the first round here. He's looking forward now to the new start of the season.
And we're looking forward very much to this first match, aren't we? Phil Taylor against Peter Wright, an absolute cracker to get us going. What do you make of Phil so far?
Yeah, 104 average in his opening match. Looked comfortable against a potential banana skin in Michael Smith, who's a tremendous scorer when he's right on it. He's probably one of the players that has suffered the past 12 months, really, of anybody that responsibility of being in the top 8, the pressure that comes with it. So yeah, that was an important match for Phil, just to win a game and win it in some style. 105 average, more or less. And again, he put this statement of intent down. That's his marker put down, but. Peter Wright, it's only a matter of time when he wins a major.
You keep saying that though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got so much quality. Nobody works harder at their game than him. He's constantly looking for this elusive dart that's perfect for him, and he feels right now he's found it. And I think that's why he was so disappointed and surprised he didn't play as well as he expected in his first round game. But it's going to be a tough one for Phil.
And I'm going to put you on the spot. Is Phil going to lift a major trophy this year?
I don't see why not. He's still got the capability and still playing pretty well. And one thing I was mentioning to Chris earlier as well, this is his last season, as he's announced. He's the last of the original 16 when we pulled away from the BDO in '93. So that era will have gone once Phil's left as well.
Don't see why not. Was that a yes or a no? I'm not feeling that one.
Well, stats-wise,
I'm not feeling that.
I mean, he's losing with 105, 106. He's hitting 107 averages. So. If the draw works out right, there's no reason why not.
Absolutely. We shall see. Maybe today. It's going to be a long day for whoever reaches tonight's final, with 3 intense matches to come. We'll get the action underway very shortly. Welcome back to Arena MK. The fans are filing in pretty fast. We're not too far away from our first Masters quarter-final, which sees Phil Taylor versus Peter Wright. Both players had a day off yesterday after winning their first round matches on Friday night. So let's find out how they filled their time with Dan Dawson.
So, gentlemen, the final day of the Masters. You've had a day off. Refreshed, raring to go, Phil?
Yes, I'm okay. Yeah, we had a good day. Just a relaxing day yesterday. Did a little bit of shopping and then just to the room. There's nothing else you can do, really. Watched the darts on my phone last night, because they haven't got ITV4 in the hotel, but watch it on my phone.
That's interesting. Anybody catch your eye?
No, not really. I thought they were rubbish last night. No, they were brilliant. I thought Simon Whitlock started off like a train, and Michael came back at him. It was a good game, that. And then Kim Ibretts went 6-5 up and did his normal Tarzan act, and then Aidan just seemed to walk it then after that. I don't know why Kim does it. He does it all the time, and every time he does it, he seems to get beat.
Well, Peter, how does the world number 3 prepare for what could be the biggest day of your darting career so far?
It was great, because the day before I got here, I couldn't sleep because the beds, the mattress is terrible. I didn't wake up till 11 o'clock yesterday. I'm glad I weren't playing. So today, obviously, 7 o'clock start today. Well, 7:30 start the hair. I was up at 7. But yes, I didn't really watch the darts. Just went out for a bite to eat, to be honest. Just chill out.
New stylist for this weekend, I understand. It's your daughter.
Yeah, Naomi's doing my hair. Obviously, Joe's not quite up to it yet. You know, it's come out of hospital, so Naomi's she's doing a really good job.
Phil, Peter's up to number 3 in the world. Has it impressed you, the progress he's made over the last few years?
Has he impressed me? Yes, he has impressed me, but I'm not surprised, if that makes sense, because I watch him. I've been watching him for the last 2 or 3 years, and the dedication, the effort he puts in. I mean, he is literally up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to do this. But that's what the beast he's unleashed, if you know what I mean. He's made a rod for his own back. When he first started in Blackpool, I remember him absolutely shaking like a leaf, thinking, I'm going to go out like this. Thinking, you're mad, because now you've got to keep it up. And he is doing. I mean, fair play to him. I could have never done it. But I haven't got the air for doing it straight away. But no, I think in the next 2 or 3 years he'll be world number 1.
Peter, I mean,
it's going to take that long anyway.
Nice words for the 16-time world champion, but it's not going to stop you trying to go out there and absolutely beat him up this afternoon.
No, yeah, obviously I'm just going to go out and try and play my match. I know it's going to be the most difficult match. It always is playing Phil. Because, no disrespect to the other guys, they're all fantastic players, but, you know, Phil's the one I used to watch and admire and look up to and everything like that. And so
Since he was 3.
And you know, I used to watch him in all these TV tournaments, wondering what that would be like standing on that stage, listening to his walk-on tune and everything. And I thought it must be frightening. And the first time I ever done it, it is frightening. You know, listen to all that. So I got so much respect for him. But obviously we've got a game to play up there, and I've got to chuck that out the window, and we've got to be enemies. And afterwards, you know, we're friends.
Well, it got us wondering what Phil would look like with that kind of Mohican on his head. I think they should swap places just for a day, just see how it goes. Well, the big question, of course, is how many times this Milton Keynes crowd is going to hear Phil's walk-on anthem as he begins his farewell tour on the nation's darts venues this year. In theory, that is, of course. He might change his mind, we'll see. Well, let's hear it for the first time today and join John McDonald.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on ITV4 from the arena, MK! Yes, a very warm welcome to the quarter-finals of the Unibet Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. It's time now to meet the quarter-finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, England, the former Masters champion and the record-breaking, history-making, 16 times the champion of the world, it's Phil, the Power Taylor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 8 televised finals and 8 PDC ranking events. Let's get this party started. Snake Bite, Peter Wright.
Great reception for both players in Arena MK this afternoon. The fans